So if you're in the online business world, you've heard the name over and over again, right? ClickFunnels. But as we head into 2026, the real question is simple. Is this thing actually the key to automating your sales, or is it just a super expensive distraction? Well, that's what we're going to break down right now.
You know the dream, I know the dream, every entrepreneur has it. That idea of a business that just runs itself. A system that's making sales for you around the clock, turning people who are just browsing into actual paying customers, all while you're sleeping or, out living your life. It's pretty much the holy grail, isn't it?
And this is where things get tricky. Is a big, powerful tool like ClickFunnels the engine that's going to make that dream a reality? Or is it just a costly and maybe even complicated rabbit hole that pulls you away from what you should be focused on? Stick with me, because in this explainer, we are going to get you a straight, no-nonsense answer.
All right, so first things first. Before we can even judge if ClickFunnels is the right tool for you, we've got to understand the core concept it's all built on, and that's the sales funnel. So, what the heck is a sales funnel anyway?
Okay, let's get this straight. A sales funnel is not your average website. Not even close. It's a very specific, carefully designed, step-by-step journey. The key thing to remember is that every single piece of it, every button, every line of text, is there for one reason and one reason only: to guide a potential customer towards a single action. Most of the time, that's making a purchase. There are no About Us pages to get lost in, no blog posts to click away to. It's just a straight, clear path forward.
And this slide really nails the difference. Think about it. A regular website, it's like a giant department store. You walk in, there are a million different directions you could go. Electronics over here, clothing over there. You might browse for a bit, get distracted, and maybe you buy something, maybe you just leave. But a sales funnel, that's like having a personal shopper grab you by the hand at the door, walk you directly to the one thing you came for, and then guide you straight to the checkout. See the difference? It's all about focus.
Okay, so we get what a funnel is. Now let's peel back the curtain and look at the how. How does a platform like ClickFunnels actually let you build these powerful sales-driving journeys?
So, a typical journey through one of these funnels has a few key stops. First, you hit a compelling landing page that grabs your attention. Then, you're guided to a persuasive sales page that lays out the offer. After that, a super simple checkout process. But here's where the magic really happens for a lot of businesses. After you've already bought something, that's when you see a one-click upsell. It's an offer for another related product, and you can add it to your order with, you guessed it, a single click. No re-entering your credit card info. It's brilliant. And to actually build all these steps, ClickFunnels hands you this massive toolbox. We're talking a drag-and-drop page builder, so you don't have to be some kind of coding genius. You get a whole library of templates that are already designed to convert, so you're not starting from scratch. You can even do things like host webinars or create entire membership sites right inside the platform. It's really trying to be the whole shebang, an all-in-one solution.
And here's the thing that's so important to understand. It's not just about making that first sale. The real goal is to increase what we call the average order value. Features like order bumps, those little checkboxes you see at the checkout that say, hey, add this for just $7, and those one-click upsells we just talked about, they are put there for one specific reason: to get more revenue out of every single person who comes through your funnel.
And why does that matter so much? Well, check out this number. The global e-commerce market is expected to be worth a staggering $6.3 trillion. Trillion! When you're playing in a market that massive, the competition is just insane. So squeezing every last drop of value out of each transaction, that's not just a clever trick anymore. It's literally a survival strategy.
Okay, but access to this kind of power doesn't come for free, right? It requires an investment. And I'm not just talking about the monthly subscription fee. Nope. The real cost of going all in on a platform like this is, well, it's a lot more than just money.
In fact, when we talk about the true investment, you've got to look at it in three totally different parts. It's crucial to weigh all three before you make a call. All right, this chart lays it all out. First, you've got the financial cost. Let's be real, ClickFunnels is a premium tool and its price tag reflects that. Second, and this is a big one, is the time commitment. Yeah, it's drag and drop, but that doesn't mean you're a funnel building master in an afternoon. Learning the strategy behind it all can take weeks or even months of work. And finally, you have opportunity cost. This is the one people forget. When you choose an all-in-one system, you're actively choosing not to use other specialized tools that might be the absolute best at what they do, like a dedicated email platform or a powerful e-commerce system.
So, now that we have the full picture, the good, the bad, and the costly, let's get down to brass tacks. how do you figure out if ClickFunnels is actually the right move for your business?
It really comes down to a simple pros and cons list, doesn't it? The pros are pretty clear. It's an all-in-one powerhouse, it's built for people who aren't tech wizards, and it is obsessed with one thing, getting you conversions. But the cons are just as real. It's definitely not cheap, the learning curve for the strategy is steeper than you'd think, and look, if your goal is to build a massive blog with tons of articles, this is just not the right tool for the job.
And you don't just have to take my word for it. The data actually shows us who's getting the most out of this platform. We see industries like finance and investing, and of course, digital marketing, right at the top of the list. So, a good question to ask yourself is, does my business look anything like these? It can be a really good clue.
So let's just spell it out. ClickFunnels is an absolutely great fit for a few specific types of people. If you're a course creator or a coach, perfect. The funnel model is designed to build trust and demonstrate your value before asking for the sale. If you're selling digital products, it's a dream because you get that laser-focused, super smooth buying experience. And if you're a marketer planning a big launch campaign, that intense focus is exactly what you need. But, and this is just as important, you should probably look somewhere else if your main thing is a content-heavy blog. A blog wants people to explore and click around. A funnel wants the exact opposite. They're just two different beasts. Also, if you're running a big e-commerce store with tons and tons of different products and inventory to manage, you're going to want a more specialized platform. And obviously, if the budget is super tight, the price alone might make this a no-go from the start.
And all of this brings us to what I think is the single most important point of this whole explainer. Choosing whether or not to use ClickFunnels, it's not just a software decision. It's a strategy decision.
Yeah, this quote right here just nails it. The tool has all the bells and whistles for sure. It's powerful, but its real value, its real worth, is only unlocked by your ability to use it effectively. The software itself isn't a magic button for success. It's all about the strategy you bring to the table. So I want to leave you with one final question to think about. A question for you and your business. What do you really need right now? Do you need the all-in-one simplicity that lets you get ideas out the door fast? Or do you need the deep, specialized power of best-in-class tools that let you fine-tune every little detail? Your honest answer to that question, well, that's what's going to tell you whether ClickFunnels is truly worth it for you.